The terrorists raised their targeting devices and aimed at the U.S. president's private plane. Then one of them took out a powerful missile and fired it straight at the aircraft. The presidential plane quickly detected the incoming missile, and security personnel immediately prepared to deploy countermeasure flares. But at that moment, their computer screens suddenly went black. The bodyguard instantly sensed something was wrong and rushed into the president's room to evacuate him. With the situation critical, the bodyguard had no choice but to put the president into an escape pod.
I'll find you and pick you up, Mr. President! You'll find what? See you on the ground!
He then closed the hatch and pressed the launch button. Soon, the escape pod was ejected from the plane. Subsequently, all the security personnel jumped from the aircraft. However, strangely, their parachutes failed to open. One security officer noticed something was wrong, but he was shot dead by the president's bodyguard. It turned out the bodyguard was working for the terrorists. He then calmly jumped from the plane. At the same time, the missile fired by the terrorists brushed past the bodyguard and instantly struck the president's plane. The aircraft eventually spiraled out of control and crashed into a forest. The Secretary of Defense immediately dispatched a Navy SEAL team for rescue. Meanwhile, the president was trapped inside the escape pod. Fortunately, he was discovered by a boy who was out hunting. The boy curiously tapped on the escape pod. The president, thinking his bodyguard had found him, wrote the code to open the hatch on the window. After entering the code, the boy immediately hid in fear. When the president opened the hatch and stepped out, he found that his rescuer was just a young boy. Upon learning that the man was the U.S. president, the boy immediately led him away from the area. By the time the bodyguard arrived with the terrorists, the president had already disappeared. The next day, as the boy was helping the president evacuate, they discovered numerous bodies of security personnel on the mountain. The president instantly realized there was a traitor among his inner circle. Just as he was pondering who the traitor might be, the president suddenly spotted the bodyguard pursuing them with the terrorists. He realized there was no escape, so the president told the boy to leave quickly. But by then, the bodyguard had caught up with them. He punched the president to the ground. The bodyguard then called in a helicopter, planning to stuff the president into a freezer and transport him away. But the boy couldn't bear to see the president captured like this, so he quickly climbed to the mountaintop and jumped toward the helicopter.